Now, of course, you know the rules. Robots paint, you guess. I give some clues along the way. We're going to be counting down the 20 most popular rock pop bands of the 1990s. Here we go. This British band emerged during this post-grunge wave of the 1990s. Their debut album, 16 Stone, became a defining record of the decade. They are led by a frontman who later married pop icon Gwen Stefani. Hits like Glycerin and Machine Head made them 1990s radio staples. Anybody know yet? Their name evokes nature and simplicity. Yeah, you are correct, Rhombus. Bush is correct. Bush was formed in 1992. Despite their British roots, the band found much greater success in the United States than they did in the UK. Little did you know. There they are. They look like them? Wearing like a gym sweatshirt? I guess that was cool back then. There's a couple of them that have the red and the blue outfits going. I don't know what the deal was. Anyway, that was number 20. Now we're going to do number 19. This band's lead singer is known for his signature dreadlocks and his poetic lyrics. They got their big break after performing on Late Show with David Letterman. Bush X. That's funny. Funny story. Story you never heard of them. They were good. Their music often blends melancholy with storytelling, featuring hits like Around Here. And their biggest hit was Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones was one of the most iconic tracks of the 1990s. No, that sounds too obscure, Rhombus. That sounds very obscure. They're named after a nursery rhyme about bad omens. Does that help? The guy with the dreadlocks, pretty famous. Mr. Jones was a huge hit. Huge. This is the Counting Crows. How soon we forget? The Counting Crows. 1991. Adam Duritz lyrics were often autobiographical. There you go. Now, this band I didn't know very well, but they are British, so you guys might do well on it. This British band was deeply rooted in psychedelic rock before their mainstream success. They are known for lush, sweeping soundscapes that defined the 1990s Britpop. Didn't know there was such a thing. Their most famous song features an orchestral sample from a Rolling Stones track. Sounds weird. No, good guess, Rhombus. Incorrect. This band, I wasn't super familiar with. I've heard of them, of course. The album Urban Hymns is often considered their magnum opus. Bittersweet Symphony. Yeah, there you go. Stuart's got it. Bittersweet Symphony brought them international fame despite legal challenges over its sample. So I guess the sample was a big deal. That's right, the Verve. 1990. Despite their success, the band's turbulent relationships led to multiple breakups. Bummer. It's a band. Now, these guys never broke up. And here we go. This South Carolina band, how about that? Found massive success blending rock, pop, and a touch of country. Their lead singer transitioned to a successful solo career in country music. Their debut album, Cracked Rear View, is one of the best-selling albums of all time. Hits like Let Her Cry and Only Wanna Be With You, Only Wanna Be With You. That was pretty big. The band's name comes from nicknames of two college friends. Yeah, Meadows in the house. Meadows in the house with a win. Cool name for a band, huh? This is Hootie. Hootie and the Blowfish. They started all the way back in '86, but really were biggest during the 1990s. Let's see what else we got to say about these guys. Despite their pop rock success, Darius Rucker's solo country albums also topped the charts. There you go. Good one. All right, we're down to number 16. I kind of like the 90s. I mean, I love the 80s. They're much more well known, but I like the 90s too. This pop punk trio is known for its irreverent humor and catchy melodies. Yeah, these guys are from where I'm from, SoCal. They were a major influence on the skateboarding and punk subcultures. Their album, Enema of the State, propelled them to stardom in the late 1990s. Ramos! Yes. Hits like What's My Age Again captured the spirit of the teenage rebellion. Their band name is rumored to have no significant meaning, aside from being a joke. Okay. And yes, you are correct. This is Blink. Blink 182. They were formed in 1992. Fun fact, the drummer Travis Barker, his high-energy performances became iconic in live shows. Travis Barker has quite a storied involvement with different gals. and it wasn't he in a plane crash, and yeah, it was all horrible. Anyway, number 15. This British band was central to Britpop movement of the 1990s. Their music often draws comparison to the Beatles, whom they idolized. Their two lead members, who are brothers, became as famous for their feuds as their music. There you go. Yeah, you guys all know this one. Pretty good. I mean, I knew Oasis, but I wasn't that into Oasis. But anyway, their anthemic, didn't know that was a word. Hits include Wonderwall and Don't Look Back in Anger. I remember Wonderwall for sure. The band's name evokes a serene, lush escape in the desert. Yes, it does. And you are correct. This is Oasis. 1991. At one point, their album What's the Story? Morning Glory sold over 345,000 copies in the first week in the UK. There you go. All right, you guys are good at that one, huh? Let's see if you can get this one. We'll go up to the grunge scene a little bit. Emerging from the Seattle grunge scene, this band became a symbol of alternative rock. Their debut album, 10, featured deeply emotional lyrics and powerful vocals. They famously refused to make traditional music videos for many years. Songs like Alive and Jeremy remain grunge era classics. I think you know who this is. The band's name is said to come from a relative's hallucinogenic jam recipe. Yeah, there you go. I like where the band name's from, huh? A relative's hallucinogenic jam recipe. It is Pearl Jam. Formed in 1990. Pearl Jam has actively fought against corporate influence in music, including a high-profile boycott of Ticketmaster. There you go, Pearl Jam. Rebels. Rock music. Pearl Jam, I think you'd have to say, is rock. Next up. Their sound combines alternative rock with orchestral and electronic elements. Billy Corgan's distinctive voice and songwriting define their style. Albums like Siamese Dream and Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness were critically acclaimed. Songs like 1979 and Tonight Tonight captured the angst of the 1990s. Oh, you guys all know this. Hey, Rob, what's up? You are correct. Rhombus. I like the Paisley shirts, huh? That is happening. They're looking stacked. That's right. This is the Smashing Pumpkins. They performed all the way back in 1988. The band won a Grammy for Best Hard Rock Performance for their song Bullet with Butterfly Wings. Okay. Not familiar with that. Oh, that's right. Billy Corgan is Bill Burr's brother. I know that. I saw that little. I don't know if I was on social media somewhere or something. Definitely saw that. That was funny. Okay. Next up. They were among the first alternative rock bands to gain mainstream success. I think they both also showed up in our 1980s list. The music is known for its cryptic lyrics and jingly guitar sound. The 1990s brought their biggest hits like Losing My Religion and Everybody Hurts. The band remained highly influential while staying politically active. I think they're still politically active. Yes, correct. You've got it. You guys have it. Their name references a sleep cycle, rapid eye movement. I guess we knew that. That one wasn't so cryptic. Yes, Ram. That's they're coming out this year. The Ram. REM. Born in 1980. Losing My Religion was one of the first major hits on MTV's Unplugged series. There you go, MTV Unplugged. Good shot of it. So how are the robots doing? Are they, the bands are hard because you got to get a bunch of faces, and faces are pretty small. Hard to do a painting. Here we go. Next up. This trio helped bring punk rock into the mainstream during the 1990s. Their breakthrough album, Dookie, is considered a modern punk classic. Their music often focuses on themes of teenage angst and rebellion. Favorite subject. Hits like Basket Case and When I Came Around were anthems for Generation X. Old Gen X. Are you guys Gen X or are you guys boomers? I'm a boomer. I'm a late boomer. I kind of relate to Gen X, though. Yeah, you guys know. Yeah, so you're all correct. Rhombus, Rob. This is Green Day, formed in 1987. In 2010, the band's American Idiot album was turned into a Broadway musical. I didn't know that. Did you know that? Jason, what's up? Good to see you. Starlink slow tonight. I'm sorry, Stuart. Hopefully it'll keep going. We have clear skies, so you never know. Hopefully it'll just come right back. This band combines upbeat rock and deeply emotional lyrics. The breakout hit, Semi-Charmed Life, became a radio staple in 1990s. Other hits like Jumper and How's It Going to Be defined their introspective style. They were particularly known for blending catchy melodies and heavier subject matter. Hey, Rhombus! Good job. Their name references a metaphysical concept of perception. Third Eye Blind. Yes, it does. Third Eye Blind was formed in 1993. Lead singer Stefan Jenkins was also a vocal advocate for mental health awareness. Must have been crazy. Third Eye Blind. That is correct. You guys are pretty good at these. Pretty good. Now, this was one of my favorite bands in the 90s. Their debut album, Yourself or Someone Like You, became a 12-time platinum hit. Rob Thomas's soulful voice is central in their sound. Hits like 3 a.m. and Push brought them global fame. Their music blends pop, rock, and a hint of country influences. Not Creed. Creed. Yeah, this is one of my favorite bands, for sure. Their name was inspired by a shirt design seen by one of the band members. Joshua! Joshua's in the house with the score. That's right. I remember playing this a couple of these albums over and over and over. Matchbox 20, formed in 1995, mid-decade. Rob Thomas co-wrote Santana's massive hit "Smooth," which won multiple Grammys. Oh, I didn't know that. Did you guys know that? Rob Thomas co-wrote Santana's "Smooth." There you go. Matchbox 20. All right. Here we go. Next up, these guys still are making hits today. This Irish band's music combined alternate rock with traditional Irish influences. Irish or Scotch? Do I have that? No. They're known for hauntingly emotional lyrics and melodies. Yeah, you got it. Joshua is in the house. Good luck, guys. Joshua's in the house. Dolores O'Riordan's iconic voice sets them apart. It's like Zombie and Linger remain iconic to this day. The band's name was shortened from the Cranberry Saw Us. Did you guys know that? Their name was originally the Cranberry Saw Us. This is the Cranberries, of course. Zombie was written in response to the IRA bombings in Warrington in 1993. There you go. Dire Straits is certainly a good band. No question about it. No question about it. Pogues. This is the Cranberries. And they used to be called the Cranberry Saw Us. All right, let's see if we can get this one. This band was founded by a former Nirvana drummer. That's probably the key clue. Their debut album was largely recorded solo by somebody. They became one of the most prominent rock bands of the late 1990s. Yeah, you guys know. You must recognize him. It's those big teeth. Hits like Everlong and My Hero highlight their explosive energy. Their name comes from a term used by World War II pilots for UFOs. Oh, I didn't know that. From World War II pilots for UFOs. Interesting. Foo Fighters. Foo Fighters. You guys know. What's the guy's name? Who's the lead? What's his name? Supposedly he wrote that Everlong song in 45 minutes during a studio session. Who knows his name? Yeah, of course. Joshua. Correct. Dave Grohl. Foo Fighters. Next up. A breakthrough album, Jagged Little Pill, became a global phenomenon. Songs like You Oughta Know and Ironic were defining moments of the 1990s. Her emotional, raw lyric gave her a reputation as a voice for the disenfranchised. Yeah, you guys know. I think Joshua had it first, although his typing was very poor. Part of the game. Yeah, I guess she qualifies. I guess she qualifies as a band, right? She had a band, and she also did solo work, of course. She started her career as a pop star in Canada before transitioning to rock. We didn't know that, but at least I didn't. Jagged Little Pill. Alanis Morissette started in 1990. Jagged Little Pill remains one of the best-selling albums of all time. It was big. It was big. Number one with a bullet. Alanis Morissette, there she is. All right. We're down to the top 5. You ready? Top 5. These guys are pretty recognizable. This band blends funk, rock, and alternative in their signature sound. Their bassist, I'm not going to tell you his name because they'll give it away, is considered one of the most innovative players of all time. They skyrocketed to fame in the 1990s with an album called Blood, Sugar, Sex, and Magic. Yes. You guys are good at these. Rob, Joshua, Stuart, Rambas. Everybody's got it. Hits like Under the Bridge and Give It Away became cultural staples. Their name is a fiery play on words that evokes energy and heat. Yes, it does. I love some of these clues. The band's wild onstage antics and shirtless performances became iconic in the 1990s. Yeah, there they are, the Red Hot Chili Peppers. They were formed all the way back in 1983. I guess their biggest decade was the 90s, though. So there you go. They would make it to number 5 on our list. Okay. There they go. Next up, number 4. This band began as a straightforward rock group, but pushed musical boundaries. Their breakthrough hit, Creep, defined early 1990s alt-rock, despite initial backlash from the band itself. What? The album OK Computer is widely regarded as one of the best of all time. Yeah, okay. Rhombus knows. You like these guys, Rhombus? Their name was inspired by a Talking Heads song. Huh, didn't know that. That's interesting. There they are. Radiohead. They were formed in 1985. Oh yeah, favorite band, huh? Well, here they are. They made it at number 4, which ain't bad. Despite their experimental sound, Radiohead has remained consistently popular, amassing a huge global following. Obviously. You guys all knew that. Rhombus, Stewart, Adao. A huge global following. Just like Quick Bite History Live. There you go. Okay, top 3. This one might be a little harder to get because the picture's kind of small. This ska punk band was led by a platinum blonde powerhouse vocalist. Their breakout hit, Don't Speak, dominated the charts around the world. The album Tragic Kingdom became a defining record of the late 1990s. Correct. Rhombus. They blended ska, punk, and pop for a distinctive sound. Their name suggests a sense of confidence and conviction. Yes, it does. Oh, so the robot must ask itself, what does the name mean? Yeah, very good. Gwen Stefani's unique style helped popularize the punk-inspired fashion. Punk-inspired. I don't know what that means. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt at all. Top 2. Coming at you. Here we go. This band was the face of the grunge movement and revolutionized rock music. Their second album, Nevermind, changed the trajectory of the 1990s music with its mainstream success. Correct. You got it, Rhombus. Rob. Their frontman is remembered as a cultural icon and a tragic figure. Songs like Smells Like Teen Spirit became anthems for a generation. Yeah, well, I like that. So, see, I relate to Gen X. Or whatever gen that was. Their name reflects peace and enlightenment, an ironic contrast to their raw sound. And yet you are correct. This is Nirvana. Kurt Cobain. Nirvana. What was Kurt's wife's name? I can't remember. She was a musician also. Courtney Love. Courtney Love. Yes. Nirvana's MTV Unplugged performance remains one of the most celebrated live recordings ever. And yeah, I remember seeing that, and that was cool. Now, I apologize for this being number 1, but it is the robots in charge of this. While more pop than rock, strike 1, This boy band became a global phenomenon in the 1990s. Their harmonies and synchronized dance moves set the standard for the 1990s. Hits like I Want It That Way and Everybody dominated the charts. They were the first group since Led Zeppelin to have their first 10 albums reach top 10 on Billboard. Yes, Stuart Robbins, you guys got it. Yeah, correct. Their name evokes an image of youthful camaraderie and urban culture. Yes, it does. Yes, and the robots say they're the number one rock pop act of the 1990s. The Backstreet Boys. Backstreet Boys remain one of the best-selling boy bands of all time, with over 130 million records sold worldwide. There you go. Yeah, that was kind of an odd choice for number one. We would go right with them all the way. Oh well, you guys got it anyway. I don't know what we can say about that.